This is a download from the BBC. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, dramatised by Mike Walker, with Robert Lindsay as Dickens. Episode 1, Recalled to Life.
The prisoner is dragged from the cart. There's no dignity here, only the necessity on the part of the operators of providing the day's quota for Dr. Guillotine's invention, the national knife. The application of the laws of mechanics to the science of death. The prisoner begins to climb the steps to the scaffold. It's not easy keeping balance with his wrists tied, so he's concentrating on each step. He stops for a moment. His lips move. He's saying something. They all say something. The operators secure the straps. It's quick, efficient. They've been doing it 10 hours a day for months. The centre point of the angled steel blade is held exactly 89 inches above the prisoner's neck. The blade itself weighs 15 pounds. The mouton, the extra weight on top, adds 66 pounds. The release handle for the blade is beside the prisoner's head. He can see the executioner's hand as it reaches out. As the blade falls, it will gather momentum and hit the neck with the speed and force of a galloping horse, with the edge of a honed razor. And it's done. Another life ends. A whole universe flickers out of existence. In a moment. Well, science tells us 2 or 3 seconds. Think of what those 2 or 3 seconds must be like.
Monsieur, your wine. Good wine from the south.
Your health. How do we stay human, warm, loving, caring, believing in the face of this enormity, these rivers of blood set flowing by men and women who are human, warm, loving, and believing? How do we face a vast indifference of terror that simply refuses to recognize our cries, our protests, our pleas? Where do we go? I've been a reporter all my life. I look, I make notes, I ask, where did it begin? Who's involved? What lives, what emotions and decisions did they have and make? And how did they come to be here now in this time and place? I follow the story where it leads me. And this one leads me to a time a few years ago now. A time pretty much like our times, as all times are. The best of times, the worst, the wisest and stupidest, the darkest and lightest of times. And as usual, we're all going to heaven, and we're all going to hell. And some are going to Dover in the mail coach, on a night so cold, so misty, so dank that...
Get on, damn your eyes! Get on!
That you might believe the sun will never rise again.
One more pull and you're at the top! Oh, damn you! You know what time you have, Joe?
Can't hardly see, mate. Wait. I got it, mate.
Well, how about you give it to me, Joe?
15 minutes after 11, mate.
God's blood. We're not even up Shooter's Hill yet. Well done, my beauties. Now you take a breather, and then we'll fly.
You hear that?
Say what?
Singlor's coming on a canter.
More of a gallop?
Canter or gallop. It don't have no business out on a night like this.
No honest business. No doubt, Joe. And let him have both barrels if he so much as blinks wrong. You see anything?
Black Because the Prince of Hell's waistcoat. Show yourself. Damn your eyes.
What's your business?
We're armed, so don't try no renegado moves.
The Dover coach?
Never you mind what I am, Cully.
Not one step more, or you're a dead man.
Do I sound like a dead man?
You will in about 3 seconds.
Come forward. Slow. Keep your hands where I can see them. What's your business?
A message for the passenger. If you are the Dover coach, I'm not bound for damnation on a night like this.
What passenger?
Lorry, Mr. Jarvis, lorry.
That's far enough, Cully. We got a lorry in now. Jarvis, lorry. Answer me straight, now.
Yes,
Yes? What?
yes. My name is Jarvis Lorry.
Easy, Joe. They might be in it together.
He sounds like a gent. Much as I can recall at loading, he looks like a gent.
You reckon that makes him honest?
I ain't got all night.
Is that Jerry? Jerry, is that you?
Yeah, it's me, Mr. Lorry, now. Why don't you get out of the coach so these two bright sparks don't blow me head off? Then I can deliver the message.
It's all right, driver. I know this man.
Yeah, but I don't know you. You here might be Captain Midnight with a pair of barkers under your
Do
coat.
I look like I've got a couple of barkers under anything?
All right. Go on, Mr. Lorry.
Just don't make me nervous. I'd hate to make a mistake, because my mistakes is made with lead.
This man is a messenger from the bank, Tellson's Bank in London. Please, put up your gun. Jerry, what do you have for me?
Wait at Dover for the mamselle.
That's all.
That's all. Any reply?
Tell them, recalled to life.
Well, just that, recalled to life.
Exactly. Thank you, Jerry. And good night to you.
Good night, Mr. Lorry.
So, do you hear that, Joe?
Recalled to life.
Well then, tell me what that means.
Well, mate, it means that you was dead, but... you's been-
I know what it means. What I'm asking you, Joe, is what it means. You see? All aboard!
There are many ways you can describe travelling by coach, and they all come down to uncomfortable. But on this night, in this coach, Mr. Jarvis Lorry is extremely uncomfortable because he's sitting opposite a dead man.
You're there.
Am I?
You? No, you're not there. And I see nothing. And I say nothing. You cannot be there. But there you are.
All the same.
Dead?
Buried.
Dead and buried.
Buried. Alive.
Oh, God. Buried alive? For how long?
18 years, I think. Years, or longer, or less. I don't know. I believe
18?
it'll do. For a ghost.
Only the dead have ghosts.
That's all you know, my friend. There are ghosts of the living all around you, bricked up in every wall, buried under every street, strung out on every promise.
And you had no hope of being...
Dug out? Hope, you see, is the torture. While a man hopes, he suffers. I long ago gave up hope.
But you're recalled to life.
You tell me so.
I do. I hope you care to live.
Hope? Again?
Yes. Hope. Sorry. I was dreaming. I do apologize, please. Please do not disturb yourself. Buried alive. God help us. Buried alive. Nothing.
You tell me of hope. Down here we have no hope. Only the endless dark and silence.
No, I don't believe that. I can't believe that. It must be possible for us.
For us? What?
The light. The air. Freedom.
Where should I go?
Forward. Into the light.
Is there light yet in this world? That would be as much an insult as hope. Leave me. I have work to do. Always work.
But you don't understand. There is another, a new hope. Recalled to life and light.
Recalled to life.
Tellson's messenger, Jerry Cruncher, back in London. This smoky old town is his place. He don't like the country. But he's puzzled this night as he walks these hard streets past these hard-faced houses.
What's he on about? He's a sharp old file, that Laurie. Keeps it to himself, though. Don't let nothing go for free in Grathis. Recalled to life.
Recalled to life.
It wouldn't do for me. Recalled to life. My eye, that'd be something, wouldn't it? That'd set our little business back on its heels. Recalled to life. Come on. We got work to do, Cully.
And he nods to the shadowy figure who's been waiting for him, and they shoulder their tools and set off to finish their night's business.
Step up, matey. Let's get going while it's still fresh. Recalled to life.
Landlord!
Good morning, sir. I hope you had a pleasant journey.
It's like a dog kennel in there.
And you'll be glad to be out of it, sir. A room?
The Calais boat, when does it leave?
If the wind holds and the tide's true, she weighs at 3.
Then a room, a barber, and breakfast, landlord.
As you say. Towser, take the gents' baggage to Concord. Your breakfast first, sir.
I'm damn sharp set, so why not?
Beefsteak and swede, Dover sole and samphire, and a little innovation of my own, the sea cabbage. Some calls it sea kale, but I calls it the sea cabbage on account of it's a cabbage, and it grows by the sea. More coffee, sir, or would it be the claret?
Coffee and hot, landlord. I don't think I'll ever be warm again after that night.
I may be, sir, but after this lot, you won't be hungry. A dead man's leg to follow?
Indeed. Indeed. Now, landlord, attend to this.
Sir. More coffee for Concord.
I want a room made ready for a young lady who may arrive any time today.
Room, young lady, today.
She might ask for Mr. Laurie or maybe just the gentleman from Tellson's.
Ask Laurie. Tellson's Bank?
Yes.
Ah. We got a deal of custom from Tellson's to the other side and back. Seesaws ain't anywhere Tellson's.
We're a French house as much as an English one, that's true enough.
You in the travelling line yourself, sir?
Not so much anymore. It's... Good Lord. 18 years since... since I last came from France.
Oh, before my time. The George was in other hands, then?
I believe it was.
Your coffee, sir. I'll pour. Still, I'd wager good money Tellson's was in business 50 years since. Never mind 18.
Bankers never bet, landlord, except on a sure deal. And that's sure enough, though you could say 150 and be closer still.
Aye, money has a way of sticking to those who has it, but then so does... room, young lady, this morning.
Exactly. And I think port with the pudding?
A bad night's travelling followed by a good breakfast and a bottle of port will lead to honest sleep, untenanted by ghosts of the living this time. No blind fingers scratching at the earth, just the sleep of money and respectability. A worthy man, this Laurie, no doubt. And after sleep and a bath, a barber and...
Landlord!
Ah, sir, there you are.
I believe so.
Your party, sir,
Yes.
has arrived. We'll see the gentleman from Tellson's in Amity.
In Amity, I should hope, landlord.
As it were, Concord being your room, so Amity...
Is hers.
Yeah, simple, ain't it? Second floor, front, above Concord. Should you care for an escort? The boy Towser?
Need not concern himself. I shall find my own way.
I dare say you will, sir. Was there anything else?
Mademoiselle has taken refreshment?
She has, sir. And the dragon.
She's taken the dragon. Is this another room?
No, sir. It's more in the way of being a termagant. Will there be anything else?
No, I don't think so. Well, I shall,
Fire breathing. Of a prickly nature, very, I'd say. Termagants and dragons. Thank you, sir.
Yes? What is it? Sir?
You are the...
Yes. I was expecting a gentleman from Tellson's, the banking house.
Of course. Forgive me, I was taken aback. It has been... Lord, how long? I am from Tellson's, and if you are Miss Lucy Manette, then... my name is Laurie, from Tellson's, yes.
Please come in. You look... Are you ill, sir? May I call someone?
No. 2 stories, 4 flights, 36 steps. I will sit, if I may. Banker's habits, forgive me, Miss Manette. I am not as young as I used to be.
Would you like sherry? Would sherry be... Mr. Laurie, are you all right?
My lord, you might almost have been him standing there. Oh, how splendid and how... No. To business, that's what we must keep in mind.
By him, I can only assume you mean my father.
I do.
And by business, I can only assume you mean myself. Mr. Laurie?
You were sent a letter, Miss Manette?
Yes. It was rendered necessary that Miss Manette should travel to Paris in connection with some intelligence or discovery respecting the property of her late father, whom she never had the good fortune to know, and there communicate with a gentleman. So please be so good as to dispatch herself.
Myself and the gentleman.
I replied to the bank that as I had neither experience of foreign travel, nor any handy companion who did, I would take it kindly if the bank...
Tellson's?
Would provide me with same. I received a reply by messenger. A gentleman who had been dispatched to Paris would wait at Dover.
Indeed. And here I am.
And that you would make certain matters clear to me. And that I must prepare myself to find them of a surprising nature.
Yes.
Mr. Laurie? What have you to tell me?
And as good Mr. Laurie gathers himself to tell his story, so another story begins in another city, Paris. A street where stands a wine shop, a cart delivering a barrel of the good wine of the south. A wheel comes off.
Good wine from the south. You seem unconcerned, Defarge, to see our profits flowing in the gutters.
Not mine, Therese, till it's time for an in our cellar. This mess is the merchants doing. Let them pay for it and replace the load. I'll put my money down when it's under our roof and being drunk at our tables.
You're beginning to sound like a merchant.
I think not. What we do is give the poor and the hungry solace, somewhere they can come and forget for a while.
And talk together and hope.
Shh. Don't you know that hope's a capital offence in France today?
I know it very well. But do they? Look at them, scrabbling for a taste of sour wine. Are those the tools we'll use to build a new world?
They're the powder in the keg, Therese. We're the spark. Let once the spark be applied to the fuse, let it run down into the powder, let the powder catch, and there will be such an explosion as the world has never seen. Oh, see there, the tall fellow, the joker. Hey, you, Gaspar!
What do you want, mister?
Come here.
You can't tell me what to do.
Come here, Gaspar. Come on, there's nothing to fear.
I ain't frightened of you. I ain't frightened of no one.
Hear that, Therese? This fine fellow ain't frightened of no one.
I heard it.
You know why?
No.
Let go, let go, let go! Because he's too stupid to be frightened of anyone. Over there, on the wall, what did you write, my friend? Hey, you know what you wrote.
It was just a joke, that's all. That's my ear!
And you want I should have cut it off?
No, please.
You want they should cut your head off? If this hurts like Hades, think about that, my friend, because what you wrote, it's coming. It'll flow like wine until dogs lap it up, but today, you don't write it in the streets. Today, you speak it in private to those you can trust, absolutely. And then one day, when the time is right, we'll write blood across the face of this whole nation.
It is difficult to begin, Miss Manette. I am not used to these conversations.
Are you quite a stranger to me, sir?
Am I not?
You knew my father. Did you know me?
I am a man of business. I have a business charge to acquit myself of. As I do so, I ask you, please take no more heed of me than if I was a machine talking to you. Yes, that is what I am. And if you care to start this machine, then it will deliver certain facts in the case of a customer of Tellson's Bank. Do you choose to start?
Go on, then.
A French gentleman, a scientist, a man of great accomplishments. I had the honour of knowing him in Beauvais.
In Beauvais?
Exactly. Our relations were business relations, but confidential. At the time, I had been in our French house for 10 years.
At what time was this?
20 years ago. He married an English lady. I was one of the trustees. I do not want you to think it was anything more. No. I am a machine, Miss Manette. A banking machine.
But you are telling me my father's story, and it must have been you who brought me to England as an infant.
You could not know that.
But you could, sir, and for all your machines, you couldn't hide it in your eyes.
It was a momentary shock, that is all. I am not involved. I never have been. I turn a huge money mangle, that's all I do. You can have no call on my feelings, Miss Manette, you must know that.
In my life, Mr. Lorry, there have been very few people upon whose feelings I could call. Go on.
Yes. You are right. This has been the story.
Of my father's death.
But think if, Miss Manette, if perhaps he hadn't died.
What are you saying?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I am merely saying if. Perhaps this gentleman scientist had an enemy, and this enemy had power in a nation where such power was given not to those who had responsibility, but to those whom birth alone had placed in such and such a position. Do you see?
Yes.
If this scientist, this good man, had been spirited away in such a manner, if...
What are you saying?
If you could only mention how many shillings make a guinea, or the rate of compound interest at present offered on the exchange...
Mr. Lorry, for my whole life I have been told nothing. I have been left to get on as best I can, on my own, not knowing where I came from or where I might be going in this world. Now you seem to say that everything is changing, and then... What, sir? What have you to tell me?
Put that young woman down, you desperado!
Ross!
Don't move, I say, Bo Nasty. Invigilating your way into a room will have none of that here, or you'll be bung upwards on the floor.
Ross, he's a friend!
Don't look like a friend, don't feel like a friend.
I assure you, ma'am, I have only the best of intentions towards Miss Manette.
Ross, do leave off!
The witch making the little bird shout don't look like good intentions to me. This is hunting rabbits with a dead ferret, I say.
I'm a banker. I have news for Miss Manette.
Which I dearly wish to hear, Ross. Please, do let him get up.
If you're sure. But any arsey-varsey business, and he'll wish he never left home today.
Mr. Lorry, this is Miss Pross, my best and only friend. She has looked after me since ever I can remember.
The dragon.
Come again, Alexander.
Nothing. May I proceed?
Please do. Pross, sit down.
He has been found. He is alive. Changed, God knows how changed. In Paris, at the house of an old servant, I am going to identify my client. You are going to see your father for the first time in your life, if you will come with me.
Well, you fired the gun there, what and all, Mr. Ladybird, are you?
It's all right, Pross. I knew it, but somehow, until the gentleman said it, he is alive.
He is alive.
And?
No more than that. For the rest, we must go to Paris. That is why you were summoned here. Can you do it, Miss Manette? Can you face what must be faced?
My little chicken's game for anything you can put up, Jack Slack.
Changed.
18 years lost, then recalled to life. How could he not be?
A ghost, Mr. Lorry, a ghost? I'm to see a ghost?
I don't know. The packet leaves this afternoon at 3.
Pross, we must be ready.
Hold on, Missy. My brother was a sailor, drowned off Martinique in 62. I've never trusted the sea since then.
So you will not wish to accompany us, Miss Pross?
Not wish, you wish. I don't trust neither of you no more than Davy Jones, and I ain't letting either of you out from under my glaziers. And I'd accompany my sweet to hell itself and spit in the devil's eye.
Then, Miss Manette, I shall meet you at 2 and arrange for our luggage to be taken aboard. And after that...
It's in God's hands, Mr. Lorry.
God's hand or man's? Who makes destiny on this cold earth? That I cannot tell, but journeys we all make then, from birth to death, from innocence to experience, from England to France.
See, it's different. It's full of Frenchmen. Haven't had a decent beefsteak since we've been here.
Miss Pross, we've not been landed above an hour.
Look out there. Do you see anything you'd actually want to eat?
How long, Mr. Lorry?
Paris, 2-3 days at least.
Oh, look at them cows.
I want to be there.
I don't call them cows. Scraggy, more like...
And yet I don't.
Something which ain't a cow at all.
I'm sure it'll be all right, Miss Manette.
A large rat, for example.
Are you? I'm not sure about anything.
I'm sure that this here gallivant ain't going to do good at all for my digestion. Give me the wumbles, it will.
It has been said, Miss Pross, that travel broadens the mind.
The only thing 3 days on this rattler is going to broaden ain't going to be my mind. When I gets off this, I'll be telebreached.
Paris, and a street where only days ago wine ran red over the cobbles.
Are you all right, Lucy, my sweet? You looks pale. Maybe a lick of squizzle to bring a blush to them cheeks.
No, Pross, it's...
Business, just business that we have to do, Miss Manette.
But it isn't, is it?
Well, we can't stand here all day.
Madame,
Monsieur,
we have come to...
for our good wine from the south, please come through.
You don't understand, perhaps, Madame.
You will take your wine in the private room, perhaps, Monsieur.
Oh, of course, Madame. That will be quite satisfactory after our long journey.
What's she saying?
Shh, Pross. She's saying we must be careful. I think she's the landlord's wife.
Careful of her, more like. If ever I saw a mischief readier to hang a cloth in the wind, I'd lay you a George on the knob, so help me God.
What?
She's fit to be hanged, or I'll owe you a crown, my sweetness. Look at the face on her. Sharp as a cut-front razor, that one.
They're looking after my father, Pross. I'm sure they're good people. Madame?
So, this is the little one. Oh, you are very beautiful, my child. I can see your father in that face.
Hands off my sweetness, Mrs. Crapo.
Who is this person with the look of a horse? What is she saying?
She's my friend. She doesn't speak French. She cares for me.
That is good. You will need someone to care for you. Defarge, this is your Englishman and the old man's child.
He's here.
Yes. You wish to...
We do.
You ready for this?
No, monsieur, I am not. How could I be?
Of course. It's this way.
Pross, will you wait here?
Are you certain, my sweet?
I'm certain of nothing, Pross, except you.
Stand fast, that's me. But I should have been a sailor, but I was born a soft-hearted woman.
You were born a hero. Wish me luck.
Come.
Stairs. Why is it always stairs?
Is he alone?
You should be with him, mademoiselle.
Always.
It's what he wishes, when he wishes anything.
You're scaring me, monsieur.
This is France, mademoiselle. You do well to be scared. But of his own wish. It was how he came to me when they said he was free.
Is he changed greatly?
You remember me as I was 20 years ago, monsieur?
Yes, you are the same man, but older. And I?
As I remember you, but better on the stairs then. We've been in the world, Monsieur Lorry. He has not. He has been somewhere terrible, and so... Yes, he is very changed.
The door is locked.
It's best that way.
For his protection.
For his peace of mind, such as it is. Wait, I'll go first. You have visitors. Will you see them?
I can't do this.
I know you can. God help us. 20 years and recalled to life.
Come, but slow.
God in heaven.
I'm going to let in a little more light. Shoes. He makes shoes. Good shoes. Show them to the gentleman and the young lady.
Oh, they are. Yes, they're good. A woman's shoe, yes? Perhaps a young lady's shoe? It's very small.
He has a pattern. It's what he does. He makes shoes. As far as he knows, I think he's always made shoes.
But once he was a man of science.
Once upon a time is a fairy tale.
How did he come to me?
From what I know, he asked them. And they, in their great mercy, allowed him to take up the trade. No doubt it amused them to see a mind such as his reduced to this.
Sir, Monsieur, Mr. Manette, do you not remember me? Here, let me stand in the light. Do you not... Does my face not mean anything to you? Look at me, man.
Nothing, you see.
I thought... In my mind, I heard him...
The best you can do is take him from this place and hope that reason may return.
It must. Surely it must. You can't wipe away a man, can you?
What's your name? What's your name?
105 North Tower.
That all?
105 North Tower.
Can I look at him?
Come. The light falls on his face.
So old.
Not so, mademoiselle. Not 50 yet. Not by a long way.
I don't know what to do. What should I do? I don't know him.
And then, as if the sun shines into this sunless room, there's something, a flicker of brightness in his eyes, and he reaches out and touches her hair. Just 2 or 3 seconds. The time it takes to die under the blade, perhaps, or to be recalled to life. She cannot know, any more than any of us can ever truly know what is in the mind and heart of another. Hope. That is all she has, because hope is all there is in the end.
He has a locket of hair.
My mother's hair.
It's all he has left.
Miss Manette, I did not know. I should not have asked you to undergo this trial. It's my fault. I am so sorry.
Father? I don't know if you can hear me or if you will ever remember this, but I promise that you will come back to life.
What is to be done?
He must go. Those who did this still have power. They'll know soon enough. Perhaps they already know that by chance or luck their victim has slipped away. They do not forgive or forget. They will search for him.
Then we must go soon.
Your coach?
In the service of the bank.
Your driver?
Works for the bank, has done for years.
Then go, now, whilst you still can.
Yes, we must.
Very well.
105. At attention. Cell search. We're transferring you to another cell till we're done. Follow this gentleman, do as you're told, make no trouble, and no trouble will be made for you. Go, now. Go, monsieur. He will follow. Mademoiselle, take his tools. I'll bring the bench.
Is he settled?
He's agitated. We should leave.
Here, food and wine. Change horses where you must. Do not stop unless you have to.
These papers should get you through. If they don't, take this, my friend.
Monsieur, I cannot. I have never handled such a thing. I would not know how.
Give it here, Jimmy Ram. My brother was a fusilier. And knows how to pop a cap since I was a little un.
I thought your brother was a sailor.
Other brother. Two to board!
Thank you. Thank you, and God bless you both.
Go! Go!
God! What's that aristocrat got to do with it?
Can you see?
It's a town, and there are soldiers.
What can we do?
We go on. If we change direction, they'll know something's wrong.
105 North Tower.
Please try and be quiet. If they see you...
We could ride them down.
They'd send a man ahead of us if we do. We have to trust the papers Defarge gave us.
If they take him back, it'll kill him.
They won't, my sweet. Trust Pross.
Driver, slow down for the barrier. Let me do the talking.
105 North Tower.
Try and keep him quiet, Lucy, or we're done.
105 North Tower. 105 North Tower.
Who goes there?
Good day, Captain. Tellson's Bank.
How many travelling? You have your papers?
Of course, here.
105 North Tower.
What is that?
105 North Tower.
Let me see. What is this North Tower?
105 North Tower.
Get out of the coach, all of you.
What's he saying?
We must get out.
105 North Tower.
Oh, of course, Captain, as you wish.
Out with you!
But please, stand back and upwind. The old man has cholera and is distracted in his mind.
What's he saying?
Cholera.
I would not want you to catch anything.
105 North Tower.
Help him out, would you, Miss Pross?
Come along now, my gentleman.
No, you must keep him isolated. Go on with you. Hurry, go!
Cast off forward!
Cabins are booked. We must get him below. This weather will not be good for him.
Come along now, old gentleman. Pross will see you settle comfy.
Ross, wait! Look at him. The wind means something. It's as if he's feeling it. It's the first thing he's looked at since we left Paris. Look at his hands. He's reaching.
How can you look at the wind, my sweet? I'm afraid your old gentleman is as wise as Waltham's calf, and that weren't wise at all.
The clouds, Ross. The way they move. Look at his eyes. He's following them.
Natural science was always his particular pleasure. Good Lord, of course. He wrote about them, delivered a paper on cloud formations to the Institute in Paris.
Go below if you like. I'll stay with him.
Biscuit, I done it, stowed away. Looks like it's going to be a stormy crossing.
You sure you'll be all right?
We're at sea on an English ship. Ain't no one in the whole wide world can harm us now.
I wish I had your certainty.
Come on, mister. Looking at it won't get it shifted.
Good Lord, Miss Pross. You are an exceedingly strong woman.
Oh, well, my brother was a game chicken.
I thought he was a fusilier. Or was it a sailor?
Other brothers. Tom stood up for 33 rounds with Jack Broughton. Of course he died of it.
Here, come. We'll go forward. You'll be able to see more clearly from there. Here, we... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know
Please,
anyone
mademoiselle,
was...
don't disturb yourself. I can make room. Monsieur. May I...
It's all right. It is my father. He is ill. Well, he has been ill.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He's getting better, though. Yes. Once we are home.
England is your home, mademoiselle?
Yes.
But your French is perfect. Surely...
My father is French. I was...
Of course, it's none of my concern. Perhaps, though, I might lend your father my cloak to shield him from the wind.
That is kind, monsieur.
Not at all.
May I know your name?
Miss...
Manette.
May I beg your understanding? To tell you the truth, I've been in France on business of a delicate and difficult nature which might get people into trouble, and I would not for the world, Miss Manette, wish to cause you any trouble. I have been travelling under a name not my own, and I shall be going back and forth, and you see how it is, I hope.
Aren't you taking a chance, monsieur, in telling me these things? I might be a spy in the pay of almost anyone, I suppose.
No, you couldn't be a spy, and you would never be a danger to anyone with an honest heart.
And do you have an honest heart? As well as a generous one?
That is not for me to say.
What would your friends say?
Well, they would say... He is impetuous, acts before thinking deeply, but always from the best motives. He can sometimes harm his own interests in pursuit of what he believes to be justice. He can be a little pompous at times, well, more than a little. He enjoys making people laugh. Yes, he loves to see a smile come to the face of a young woman who has up until now been so very serious. Forgive me, I told you I was impetuous. I did not mean to be forward.
And what of your enemies? What would they say?
Monsieur, good wine from the south. I'll need more of the Jurançon.
Yes, of course.
What is it, Defarge?
I was just thinking. 18 years alone. That's a long time.
No, it is merely 18 years, and it is gone. We are making a revolution to change a nation and bring down heaven. Such things are not done lightly nor overnight.
But it will come.
It will come.
It will come. As surely and inevitably as the tree which is growing deep in a forest outside Paris will one day be cut and sawed and shaped and banded and bolted with iron and greased with tallow and erected on an oak platform with 24, always 24, steps for the business of that revolution, for the work of that deadly national razor, the invention of Dr. Guillotine. It will come.
In A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, Jarvis Lorry is played by Jonathan Coy, Dr. Manette by Carl Johnson, Lucy Manette by Lydia Wilson, and Miss Pross by Alison Stedman. Charles Darnay is Andrew Scott, Jerry, Carl Prekop, Defarge, James Lely, and Madame Defarge, Tracy Wiles. Charles Dickens is Robert Lindsay. Other parts are played by Adam Billington, Simon Bubb, Ricky Lawton, and Christopher Webster. The music is by Leonard Bush. A Tale of Two Cities is dramatised by Mike Walker and directed by Jeremy Mortimer and Jessica Dromgoole.